Hey guys, how we doing? Welcome to another Buzzing About Town. Today I am at Walking Street, and what I wanted to do is I had a bit of a sentimental moment going on in my head, and I thought, you know what, let's go and do this now while it's in my head. And I was thinking back in the good old days, back in the days when you used to come down here, some of the fun things that we would experience when you came to Walking Street. And obviously right now we know it's undergoing huge changes, you're going to see those in a second. But I wanted to use this video just to reflect back in time and think, do you know what, remember when this happened? Remember when that happened? This used to be going on. And what I'd really like is, guys, you know, share your experiences. What was it when you came to Walking Street that you thought, do you know what, that was pretty unique, that's pretty cool? Please stay away from the obvious inside the bars and stuff like that. No need to talk about that. But what I want to do is talk about some of the fun things that happened outside of the bars. And we'll also take the opportunity to have a look and see what's going on here. And I'm going to finish off in the Pattaya Beer Garden. Yes, can't wait. All right, let's spin the camera around and let's get cracking. Now, one of the fun things that was always interesting, unless it was you that was the one in the spotlight, was right here, right on the very entrance to Walking Street, used to be a police box, and they used to nab you all the time. But it was great when you were watching, not so good when they were finding you. And there's the new sign, the Walking Street sign. That's gone under much changes, but hey ho. And of course, across the road there, look at this, a new building being developed there. Lots more of these new style buildings are coming our way, which we're going to see in a minute. So what was it? What was it about Walking Street that made it so much fun? Why was it one of the most famous, popular streets in the world? You know, not just in Thailand, but in the world. And it was such a diversity here. There was such a lot of different things that went on. So for instance, in there, that used to be a Thai nightclub. And it was brilliant. You know, you go down there, they'd have live music, live Thai dancers, lots and lots of freelancers, and it really was great fun. And the thing was when you went in there, it wasn't overpriced. It was quite reasonably priced, but it was fantastic in terms of it was packed full of Thai girls, and it was a really good vibe. Now, some of the fun things that I used to enjoy was this one here. Now, this place here, there used to be an ice cream man. And yes, I'm sure you can all relate to the ice cream guy that's got two cones in one cone, and someone unsuspectingly walks up and says, yep, can I get an ice cream please? And he spends 10 minutes just playing silly games. But it's fun to watch, you know, it was fun to watch. And it was very clever how he did that. Very clever. Maybe you guys have seen him in action, but yeah, it was very good. And there's another new place going in there. No idea what it is. But you know, we're gonna change, guys. It is gonna change. Love it, hate it, whatever, but I want to think about times. Who remembers when you came down? Do you remember the little girl? There used to be a young girl with her dad, and she used to do gymnastics. And her gymnastic skills were just unbelievable. They were just phenomenally good. And incidentally, here we go, look, the Rock Street bar's going under huge transformations in there. Not sure what that's going to be, or whether they're just revamping it, or what they're going to do. But that does look like some pretty impressive steelworks on there. But yeah, going back to that young girl, she was brilliant. She could balance on her hand and with her feet on her head. Oh my Lord, it was amazing what she could do. Really good. And at the same time, just around about this area where we are now, who remembers the guy with the cigarette? And he used to stand outside and do all kinds of trickery. And he'd have a huge crowd watching him. It really was great fun, you know, and he was very clever. He'd put lit cigarettes into your clothes, and then when he'd pull your clothes out, there wasn't a single burn mark or anything. It was really quite surreal how he did it all. But yeah, he used to have a massive crowd all around him watching what he did. And of course here, we've got the Simon Beer Bar complex. Let me stick my camera through this cheeky little hole here. You can see what's going on. There you are. Behind the scenes. Oh, he's a bit noisy. Behind the scenes. So they're clearly rebuilding all the bars again. They look much nicer, to be fair, much smarter. I'm not quite sure whether it's going to be the same bar owners or whether it's a new lot or whether what's going to happen, but yeah. But again, you know, we're going to change. Things are going to change. And we've got to embrace it, guys. We've got to embrace it. I'll tell you what hasn't had any activity and still no signs of anyone even interested is Miami across the road there. That was a great place. You know, when it first opened, oh man, But I'm not going to say it, but who remembers what was it called before? What was that before it was Miami? Do you know? It was an a-go-go bar. Who remembers what a go-go bar it was before it became a nightclub? And if you do remember, you'll know that that was a fantastic theme. It really, really was. And of course here we're at Candy Shop and 808. The nice thing about Candy Shop and 808 was out the front here, they would often have hip-hop dancing. And they'd be busting out their moves right in front of you there. And you could either sit there and enjoy a few drinks and lots of freelancers, and later on in the evening you go upstairs to the 808 nightclub. But there's a couple of places up here I want to talk about. You know, when you talk about going down a trip down memory lane, these are some of the two places I think will definitely be missed. In my opinion, you might disagree guys, but in my own opinion, these places were just two absolute go-to places. And the first one is up here on the left called Angel Witch. We'll get to it in a second. And the fun thing I liked about Angel Witch was the fact that there was a lot of girls in here. It was a rock theme, but more importantly, they did a show. And yes, I was a victim of the said show. And what they did was very cleverly, is they got a guy up on stage, handcuffed him, blindfolded him, and some very, very attractive girls would make sure he had a fun time. And then they'd invite someone else up. And yes, I was that said someone else. This is the first time when I learned. And exactly the same format, only they would play the Tina Turner song, and down would come a very large, very butch lady boy, and she would take over from where the girls were. Can't see much in there, sadly. But she would take over from where the girls were, and you wouldn't be any other wiser. You wouldn't be thinking anything different until such times as your mask was removed, and you were like, "Oh my good Lord." Has anyone been taken on that? Have you had any of you guys been the same as me, been that person? And unfortunately, when you've had the blindfold taken off, you realise things were not quite as you originally thought. And here, this place for me, Club Misty's. Club Misty's a go-go. It was just brilliant, brilliant. Bazza was the manager there, and he really, really was just incredibly funny guy. He's still here, he's still in Walking Street. But one of the things he did in there, I remember this very clearly, it was just mayhem. I went in there one day, still all their photos and all their videos, and Baz said to me, "Trev," he said, "come upstairs, mate." He said, "You're gonna love this, watch this." I said, "Why, what's up, mate?" He said, "Watch this." Anyway, he pulled out a wad of 10,000 $1 bills, and he launched them off the top down onto the stage. And you've never seen a frenzy like it before. There was girls climbing over each other to get to these notes. But he had the foresight to tell the mama-san that they were fake. So of course, the girls have got all their money. They're all happy. They've got like handfuls, like fistfuls of dollars, only to then be told by the mama-san that actually the boss man, Bazza, had played a joke on you lot, and that they weren't real. And it was a funny relationship he had with the girls, because they used to stitch him up as well. They would do stuff to him and get him all kinds of problems. But it was a brilliant relationship, and I think that reflected in the ambience when you went inside. It was such a fun place, a fun environment. It was just a really, really good vibe. And sadly, that's no longer going to happen. It's not going to come back, which is a shame. Because in my opinion, I don't know, guys, did you ever go to Misty's? If you did you ever meet Bazza? What do you make of Bazza? If you look back through my old videos, I interviewed him. My good Lord, that man's had a colourful, very, very colourful previous life. I'll leave you to go and watch that video to hear about what he got up to. Now, talking about shows, over the road here, this is the Iron A-Go-Go. I wonder if they'll let me have a little look. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But in here, they used to have a fantastic trapeze show. Sawadee Cap. Cordoy no cap. There, couple mark. So this used to be Iron A-Go-Go, and this was brilliant. Look at this. My Lord, look. Wow, unreal. And you can still see the hanging rings there. That used to be a trapeze show. I'll get that gentleman's way. Thank you, Cap. Couple mark, cap on. And that used to be a trapeze show in there. And the girls would be swinging around, they'd be dancing, and very, very acrobatic. Very acrobatic indeed. So these were just some of the things that used to happen here. And there were just some of the things in my head. I thought, God, when you look back, when you think back about your times here, there were certain things you think, do you know what, wasn't that good fun? So what we'll do now is I'm going to spin around, I'm going to take a walk back down, we're going to go up to the Pattaya Beer Garden. That has stood the test of time, thankfully. And again, see, look, so much development going on there. Literally everywhere we go, things are changing. So let's head back and let's go and take a look in the Pattaya Beer Garden. But while I'm walking, guys, have a think, you know, what were some of your funniest moments? Some of your funniest moments when you were here in Walking Street. If it's not suitable to be posted here, please send me an email, 247pattaya@gmail.com, and I will think of an elaborate way of discussing it on our live streams. And up there, the windmill, that'll be one of your highlights, I'm sure. And that's still going, so don't worry. But yeah, what were some of your funniest moments? It's weird, isn't it? It's like when you have something available every single day of the week, you don't really appreciate it. It's kind of like just taken for granted. And then when they take it away from you, the uproar starts. Oh no, don't do that. And I think what's happened here with Walking Street is, you know, we have been under huge pressure here. They have been making continual threats that they're going to, you know, change things and make it more family friendly. As to how serious they are about that, I truthfully don't know. But there you are, look, they're still busy in there. That used to be the Simon Beer Bar complex, Frog Bar, sorry. But, you know, I guess once it's all done and dusted, once we do get finalisation as to what this street really is going to become, I think exciting times are ahead. You know, we need to embrace change. You're not going to stop it, so we've got to embrace it. We've got to take it on the jaw and say, right, well, that's what it is. Let's crack on. And the good side about it is no matter what happens, and it really genuinely does, no matter what happens, you are still going to have a fantastic time when you come out here. You know, we're going out on our bar crawls, and we're going to places, taking people to places, and the reaction on the guys' faces when they come in is fantastic. You know, I love seeing people have a good time. I love seeing people enjoy themselves. I really, really enjoy when people come here that maybe have never been here before, are not quite sure what to expect, and to you know, introduce them to the nightlife here, and then suddenly, once they've been introduced, they realise, wow, now we're talking, now we're into having some fun. So yeah, and it's talking of changes, there's this stuff everywhere at the moment, everywhere. I'm not into it, it doesn't interest me in the slightest. I'm not saying anything bad about those guys that do participate and want to join in, but for me, it means nothing. Maybe that's been one of my saving graces, that as a kid, as a young lad, I've never ever smoked. So that kind of wiped out many temptations, many opportunities to participate, I guess, in things that maybe I shouldn't have done. But don't get me wrong, don't worry. I wasn't squeaky clean when I was a kid. I did get myself involved in stuff, substances and stuff that I shouldn't have done. But isn't that part of life's learning curve in many ways? Anyway, enough about that. So here we are, the Pattaya Beer Garden complex. He went down the hole then. So the Pattaya Beer Garden. There's been so much worry here that this place was never going to come back. And Sawadee Cup. And anyway, it has come back now, but look at the change. Now, talking about funny moments, who remembers when you used to have the Muay Thai boxing ring here? And it was great. You see these guys, these big burly lads that come in and have a few beers. Oh, I could do that. And of course, what do your mates say? Well, go on in, have a go. No, go on, jump in, have a go. And then of course, he'd get in and quite comfortably, the guys would hand him his arse on a plate, much to the amusement of everybody around. But this used to be brilliant, you know, really, really good. And hopefully in time it will bounce back. And beautiful views. Here we are, have a look at these. Look at that for a view. Nice. That's a view I don't think I'll ever get bored of. So let's go take a look into the Pattaya Beer Garden. And as you can see, you know, it's a really nice place. Great food, and of course you've got the coasters. The red and green coasters. Do you know what they were about? Do you remember what that was for? And if you're not sure, basically this was a freelancer heaven. And you come up here and they'd have coasters which would be turned up either side. And that in its turn would indicate as to what their intentions were, should I say. Or what your intentions were. All right, so let's go in the beer garden. Let's go take a look. And incidentally, quite strong. They're open from 10 in the morning now until 2. No outside food, no dogs, and certainly none of that stuff. So we're going to head in. Let's go get some food and see what the score is. All right, so here we are. We're inside. As you can see, a big bar area. A lot of girls will sit around the bar there for you. Plenty of seating. You can sit outside. You can sit inside. Very good menu. There's a huge choice on the menu here, and the food is very nice indeed. But you know, you come here with a group of guys, you can start your evening off here. It doesn't close till 2 a.m. in the morning, and it really is a fantastic vibe, nice vibe. As I say, you can sit around here, or if you want, you can sit on these tables. It really doesn't matter. And there's a plenty of area outside, which is where I'm going to go and sit now and have some food. But look at the views. You know, you get great views from up here. You can sit there, you can see from mile, watch the sunset. Fantastic for the sunset, guys. Really good. And of course, if you come over this side, you can sit there and admire the Pattaya sign next to that awful eyesore. All right, so that's through the music. That's not the music, the menu. And there we go, that's it. Right guys, I'm gonna eat my food and then we'll be back outside in a bit. Well, one thing I forgot, when I used to come here before, the food here is fantastic, it really is. And it's good portions, good quality, and you're gonna see now it's good. But I did actually forget just how good and how big the portions are. So I ordered 3 mini sliders with some French fries and some coleslaw. Check this out. So this is 3 mini sliders, look at it, look. And I mean, you know, I can eat a lot, as you can tell by my expanding waistline. But there you go, look, cheeseburger, cheese, onions, and of course all the condiments. So as much as I'd like to sit here and talk about it, I'm going to do the right thing now. I'm going to turn you guys off for a second and I'm going to stuff my big fat face, and I don't care. How about that? All right, so what I'll do is I'll eat this and we'll go outside and then we'll wrap up the video. But man, that looks fantastic. All right guys, so there we go. That was my trip down here to the Pattaya Beer Garden and across Walking Street. Gotta say, I'm absolutely stuffed. That food was just fantastic, as it always has been known for. You know, if you do want to have a good feed and you're in this area, come down guys. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. I need to sleep now. It's only 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm absolutely bloated, which, considering the size of my fun pack, is a lot of feeding. But anyway, there we go. So I'll tell you what, let's get that above my head and let's say goodbye from here. That'd be a nice appropriate finish with the Pattaya Beer Garden above my head. All right, so that's it for me today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Like I say, you know, I just wanted to go back in time and remember the fun times, remember the good things that used to come in and think, oh man, do you remember when that happened? So please, you know, share your comments below. It's what makes our channel and our community so great, is that we share all these kind of things with each other. Please bear in mind the limitations to what you can and can't say on here. And if you've got a story that you think is worth a shout out, drop me an email, guys, 247pattaya@gmail.com, and I'll do my very best to get it on the channel. Somehow, maybe I might have to be a bit economical with the words. All right, so that's it for me, guys. Thank you very much indeed for watching. Please, as always, remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon. I think there's a motorbike up my arse. Where's he going? Oh, well, there you go. Must be a new thing on me. Where were we? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right. So, yeah, please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Check out Discord. We've got nearly 18,000 members on there. It really is fantastic. And they're the sort of places where you can share your experiences. And if you'd like to support the channel and the work that I do, there is a link in the description below where membership starts from as little as 89 pence a month. All right, thank you very much for watching. I need to go home now and have a sleep to sleep off those 3 sliders, French fries and salad, 160 baht, absolute bargain. And I'll catch you guys on another stream very, very soon. Thanks for watching, guys, and please, as always, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.